Hi guys, welcome to Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. It's going to be a bit of a strange camp today. We'll come to that later on in the video, but safe to say today's camp is well needed for some head clearing space and some chill out time. You'll recognise the St Martin's Church at Martindale just there. Today we are heading up Steel Knott, so like I say, we're just behind the church, so we'll have a quick look around before we crack on. Yeah, that's St Martin's Church, and you can see already we do have a few people heading up Hallin Fell. We've had some horrendous weather recently, really high winds and heavy rain, but it's looking as though the weather gods are on our side. Certainly at the moment, it is forecast to be really nice. You can see there's a few clouds passing in the background there. But that is where we are heading for tonight. Steel Knott's not a place that I've been before, but I have heard good things about the views up there. Adam in the Wild, the Mr. Main Yes I Pussycat, is just over there doing his intro. And we'll spin you around the other way. We've got Daz and Andy, the Bewley brothers. So we've got 4 of us on this camp. We're going to have a good old natter and a good old catch up. So yeah, Steel Knott's, that's where we're heading. So we will crack on. The church at Martindale's just out of shot now. Just a little bit of elevation. We haven't come up too far, but we can see Ullswater. Weather is still looking good. The same as Hallin Fell. It might be a short one, but it's going to be a bit of a steep one. Adam in Wild, the main pussycat, he's just been checking the map, haven't you? We shouldn't be getting lost on this one, should we?
I've just checked again actually. It is one path. There's no other. There's only one about 3/4 of the way up, one other path. And if you were to take that, it'd be to go back on yourself.
Right.
So, if we get lost, we're morons.
Yeah. And you can see on the ground there, that's how much water we've had recently. So much rain, it's absolutely sodden like. So
it's foggy.
Yeah, we'll continue on our path up to the top of Steel Knott. Well, we have just reached the first little flat spot after the first steep little incline. The lungs still are recovering a little bit from COVID. Yeah, I'm struggling for breath a little bit. Everything else is fine, but yeah, the views are starting to open up, so we'll have a little bit of a look around before we move on any further. An absolutely cracking view up Ullswater. You can see there, church is back in view. Now we've ascended a bit. And the bottom end of Ullswater looking great too. Oh, I go camping with some handsome fellas, I really do. We're going to have a good laugh on this one, just what I need. But yeah, we're heading up there, so that's where we'll go. Like I say, it's very similar to Hallin Fell. It's a short one, but it's a steep one. If I look down there, you can see just how steep that is. But we do seem to be getting some regular little flat spots so we can take a break. But Adam's just been ahead of us a little bit, and we seem to have reached a little bit of a plateau. I'm thinking just up towards that summit, more or less in the centre of shot there, is somewhere where we're going to be spending the night, I reckon. And just looking over in the direction of Kirkston Pass, it does look a little bit bleak on top over there, but the weather forecast said it is due to clear up a bit later. And in the distance I can see a couple of people walking, so maybe we'll have some company for the evening. We are on the final stretch now. We've just come over the brow of one hill and we can see the top of Steel Knott in the distance. I reckon maybe 10 minutes walk and we'll be there. The views are opening up beautifully now, so we'll have a quick look around before we go any further. Once again, a cracking view down Ullswater. It never disappoints, that. We are higher than Hallin Fell now. We've got the steamer heading up the lake, and it does look a bit choppy down there too. Moody skies heading over towards the Kirkston Pass, as I mentioned before. And right in the centre of shot there is where we're heading. Last little bit was just a little bit steep. Still some lovely autumnal colours, but here we are. Still not. Adam's climbed up. He's doing his bit to camera. So Daz and Andy. Yeah. It matters a box of frogs is our Adam.
Yes, we are. Welcome to the top of Steel Knots, Pussycats. Woo!
Yeah, it's really nice up here. It's a little bit of an unusual rock formation. There's no trig point, so we shall say that's Steel Knots done and boshed. Yeah, we've got a view of the lake, the top end, and also the middle, nearly the bottom. But look at these views. It's 360 views here. Absolutely stunning. Looking down towards the Kirkson Pass there. Beautiful rolling fells around here. Brilliant. We can see the trig point on the top of Hallam Fell too. We're probably just a little bit above that, I would say, so that's quite good. Took us about an hour and 15 to get here with filming and stuff like that, so I would say a good hour. If you're just walking, you'd be up here, no bother. Right guys, it's time to get the tent up. It's not particularly breezy at the moment, but it is quite chilly, the wind. So we are going to get the tents up, and it's looking like we might finally get a time lapse of the sun going down, hopefully. I haven't had one of those for a while. But yeah, when I said before we were looking up the Kirkson Pass, I got myself turned around. That isn't the Kirkson Pass. Kirkson Pass is the other side of Ullswater. So yeah, I got myself turned around a little bit. So right, let's have a quick look where I'm pitching for the night. Then I'll get set up and get out of this chilly wind. It is going to be a little bit tight, but I should get the scarp in there, no problems. And we've got the views out the tent. Starting to get some lovely colours in the sky now with the sun dipping down a wee bit. Daz and Andy are over there, and Adam's just to my left. So time to get set up. Well, that is us all set up, and what a cracker of a view. Look at that. Just my usual setup. You guys will be used with this setup by now, but it's one that is working for me really well. Scarp 1, City Summit Etherlight Extreme, and the OAX Leviathan EV900. Getting used with the jet boil now. That's working really well for me. Got an all-day breakfast for morning. We're on the fire pot spicy pork noodles tonight. I didn't have time to get through to Keswick to get a real termat. Got some beef jerky, and I've also got a sticky toffee pudding. As usual, Tactical Duck is guarding the beers. If you know, you know. So Adamant Wild is in the Helm Compact 1, and you're trying out a new sleeping mat tonight, aren't you, mate?
I am, mate, yeah.
Which
I just did behind a rock.
Like a little rock pixie.
I have. It's the Cedar Comfort Plus SI, or what we call Yes I.
So we'll just have a quicker look at that. It's another Cedar Summit mat, Comfort Plus SI.
Very thick.
It's self-inflating mat, so it's got some foam in there. It does feel really comfortable, that, but not quite as thick as the XT Extreme. But no. I'm sure you'll let us know how you get on with that in the morning.
Yeah, we'll give it my first time trying it, so we'll see how we get on.
Yep, sweet as, mate. Nice little setup, that.
Thank you, love.
We've got Daz and Andy pitched up pretty close to each other. Just their usual setups. Daz is in the Vanguard Torridon. You're also on the City Summit Etherlight Extreme XT.
I've got my Alpkit Sky High 900 sleeping bag.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Toasty one.
Lovely sizable tent. There's plenty of room in there.
You can chuck all your gear in there with it.
And a porch you could fit the kitchen sink in. And Andy is in the Fox 2, and as I keep saying, one of my favourite tents. I've got that. Brilliant tent for the money. Also the City Summit Etherlight XT Extreme. And you're in the OAX Somnus
EV600.
EV600, so that's a down bag, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Is that working well for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's only rated to about -1 or something like that. But
Yeah, it looks fairly cosy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got pepperamis, we've got pork scratchings.
They'll be getting shared out. I've not tried this
Expedition foods. Now, I've had expedition foods before. A very close second place to Real Termat.
Yeah.
They are very good. Again, expensive.
I think this was actually reasonably priced.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere between £4 and £6.
Yeah. Expedition foods I've had, and they are excellent. The usual few beers.
Yeah.
What we got in there?
The Tauruses, 2 of them.
You like your Taurus, don't you?
2 Galahads.
Oh.
And we've got a Madri.
Oh, no, Madri. I do like a Madri.
It looks a bit like me with my beard short.
And of course, you've got your little table as well.
Yeah,
we've got Twin Peaks Wild Camping. We've got Camping Dan on there. We've got Mr. Wild Wales, and of course the awesome Bewley Brothers.
And I think I'm the only person in the world that can bring that outdoors sticker.
That's from my birthday bash.
That was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all set up. We're starting to get some beautiful colours in the sky. We've got some low-lying cloud in the distance over the mountain ranges. Yeah, just what I need. Just what I need this weekend. Like I say, I'll have a little bit of a crack with you all shortly about what's been happening and going on. But now is definitely the time to start getting up, fingers crossed, for a sunset time lapse and a well-earned beer o'clock with the boys. So we'll see you soon. Well, that's me back in my tent. As you can probably tell, I've had a few beers and I've just come over to cook some food. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough camp, this one. Much needed. But yeah, it's been a hard week, man. Hard week. Not many of you will know this, but my mum has been fighting cancer for 12 years. That was the first operation, which was pretty savage. And we thought we were going to lose mum on the first operation. She fought through it and come out the other side, and had a good 5 years where she was clear. And a couple of years ago, the cancer came back, and this time they couldn't operate. It was terminal. So for the last 2 years, myself, my dad and my brother have watched my mum fight cancer, and she has fought. She fought with more strength and gusto than anyone I know, and she fought right to the bitter end. On Monday this week, she lost her battle with cancer, and she died peacefully at home with my dad holding her hand as she slipped away quietly. It was hard to watch, and I spent some time with Mum last weekend before she passed, and it was so hard to see her in pain and fighting so hard, like I say. But it's been a difficult time for us all. It really has. So yeah, it's been a tough week, and yeah, I'm finding it hard. I really am. Everyone in the YouTube community has been awesome. I've had loads of messages. Everyone's asking after me and stuff like that. Obviously asking after my dad, my brother, you know. And rest assured, we are all at peace with the fact she's gone. You know, she's resting peacefully. She's not in pain anymore. But speaking from a personal point of view, it's all right here. I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm finding it hard. You know, I'm out with Adam and Wild and the Bewley brothers tonight. They've all been asking after me all week, you know, and it's great to have the support of great mates. It really is. So, yeah, this video's for Mum. She often commented that Dad had showed her my videos and she was loving the fact that I was getting out. She loved my photography, and yeah, she was so proud of what I was doing with YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, Mum's looking down on me now. She gets to really see what happens. She gets to see what happens behind the camera once the camera gets switched off, which is always a good laugh with great mates, but often inappropriate to show on YouTube. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to boil my food up and I'm going to eat my food. But just to let you all know that this is a video for my mum. Love you, Mum. I do. It's hard, you're gone, but may you rest in peace. You've earned it. So, I'm going to go and get my food and enjoy some nice times with the boys. So, we'll see you soon.
Spend a day looking blank out the window, all looks great in my tank. I'm stuck in limbo, nothing works in my head. I'm moving so slow, shadows lurk all around. In my sorrow, can't focus, I'm distracted, and I don't know what to do. Each time I try to get past it, in the end I think of you. Nothing's fine here without you. The sun won't shine till you come through, till you come back. I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me. And tough is still to live, I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind, I play the same movie. Everything's a mess, it's plain to see. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me. And tough is still to live, I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind, I play the same movie. Everything's a mess, it's plain to see. Before this, used to think I knew where to go. Now I see that there is so much I don't know. I lost count at my sense of direction. I am fighting against my own emotion. Can't focus, I'm distracted, and I don't know what to do. Each time I try to get past it, in the end I think of you. Nothing's fine here without you. The sun won't shine till you come through, till you come back. I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. You just take up all the space in my mind. Hey, I try to shake you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself.
Well, good morning everyone. You'll all be pleased to hear. After I did my little tribute to my mum last night, I just went and sat with Adam Wild and the Bewley brothers. We sat and just had a few more beers and reminisced, and we had a toast to my mum, which was nice. And yeah, the lads were just keeping an eye on us. We had a good crack about everything. So yeah, there wasn't much opportunity for filming with that going on. So yeah, I had a good sleep. So what time are we at now? It's about 7:15. So it's time to get up and see if the other lads are up and get some breakfast on the go, and hopefully some lovely morning views from the top of Steel Knott. Yeah, what a cracking little summit Steel Knott is. It's not that big, but you've got 360 views, and it's a great place to wake up to. We've got breakfast on the go too. Daz and Andy had a bit of wind last night, but myself and Adam, we were kind of sheltered a little bit. Although I did wake up in the bottom left-hand corner of my tent because I was on a slight pitch. But this is where Breakfast Club's at. Yes, aye.
Where is that? Just over here, look.
Yeah, we've got Breakfast Club on go. Look, we've got 2 all-day breakfasts.
Yes.
And what are you boys on? Protein oats. Oh, it's bulking season. It's bulking season.
I'm just on the original oats.
Yeah, we've got Rocking the Jet Boils, me and Adam.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, not a bad view to have breakfast with. Huh?
All right, isn't it?
Barry. Oh. Yeah, what a cracking spot to have breakfast, boys.
Yeah. Beautiful morning, this, eh?
Yeah. Steel Knott is another one that's kind of took us all by surprise, really.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this.
No. Nice little hand warmer before you get your breakfast, like you say, Adam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Future.
You know it makes sense.
Yeah, I do. The fell wonder says it makes sense. So I believed him.
I'm sure I read somewhere that Steel Knott is the narrowest summit on Wainwright.
You were saying
Narrowest Wainwright summit.
Yeah.
Hey, every day's a school day, yeah?
to be fair, it is quite narrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, burning my hands. Burning my hands.
Hallin Fell summit's just ginormous, eh?
Yeah. You could have a festival on Hallin Fell, couldn't you?
Hallin Fest.
Yes, aye. Hallin Fest.
Hallin Fest.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a trademark of Adam Wild. Hallin Fest.
Hallin Fest. Get your tickets now.
Your balaclava.
Yeah.
Makes you look even more sexy. I know that sounds impossible, like.
No, but I know it's true, yeah. I looked at the camera.
It's a good job there's no birds here. You'd be fighting them off, mate.
I would. Got them queuing up down the bottom now. Heard about Hallin Fest, haven't they?
Oh, I love these all-day breakfasts, eh?
Brilliant. Set me up that.
Well, that breakfast certainly hit the spot. That cracking views up here. Like I say, Steel Knott is another little summit that's kind of taken us all by surprise, really. Cracking little spot for a camp and a cracking little spot to wake up to too. So yeah, we're just going to sit here and have a little bit of chill, and then it's time, unfortunately, to pack up and head down the hill. So I'll bring you back before we head off. Well, that is us all just about packed up and ready to go. You can see my rucksack there with my rubbish bag, and that's where I have my tent pitched for the night. So as always, and as it should be, we have left no trace. Have a final look around. As I've said already in this video, what a cracking little surprise Steel Knott is. Beautiful views, man. Beautiful views. Just what I needed as well. Getting some lovely long shadows this morning with the sun coming up. And there's the boys over there, just about getting ready to go. And the sun is up over the mountain the other side of us. Really enjoyed this one. Yep, time to go home, unfortunately. I'd just like to give the Bewley brothers and Adam in the Wild a huge shout out, bigger than normal, for joining me on this camp, for the support. As always, I'll put a link to both of their channels in the description. If you haven't already checked them out, please do so. Great lads and great channels if you like the outdoors. And yeah, it's been an emotional camp, but like I've said already, just what I needed to clear my head. Time to get myself away home. So thank you very much for joining me on this one. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we all have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.